Hello everyone. Today we're going to be discussing motherhood, and probably Rose is almost 4 months old, but we're going to talk about the first 2 months, which were the most difficult so far. Might talk to you tomorrow and might be difficult tomorrow. So the first 2 months, getting into it, we went to the birthing classes, lactation specialist, breastfeeding classes, everything. We thought we were ready, and we come to find out that we don't know what the hell we're doing. I have a pretty funny story for you. So you learn a lot about yourself, you learn a lot about your baby. Just when you think you know your baby's cries, if they're wet, they're hungry, they need to be changed, they need to be burped. Okay, so let's focus on burping, okay? So you think after, Rose is a pretty slow eater like me, so she'll be on like my left boob for like 11 and a half minutes and on my right boob for like 12.5 minutes, like 12 and a half minutes. And so Trevor will go to PT at like 5 in the morning, 5:45, and Rose will be eating. She'll wake up. She's getting actually pretty good with sleeping through the night, which is awesome. So sorry, I was parched. What was I saying? So Rose is pretty good with eating, sleeping, everything. At first we thought she was a colicky baby. We were freaking out in the beginning. I was talking to one of my friends' sister-in-laws who had a colicky baby. Their son was very colicky up until I think she said 5 or 6 months old. And they used to call it the witching hour, between like 7 and 12 o'clock at night. So this is kind of like the first month and a half when we had Rose. I'm like, holy shit, I'm the worst mom ever. She's crying her freaking face off. She's not hungry. Her belly doesn't hurt her. She's full. She has a really clean diaper. Like, even if she's just a little bit wet, she's very fussy. She doesn't like having a wet diaper at all. I couldn't figure out what the hell's wrong with her. Babies just cry. Now that almost 4 months later, come to the realization of that, I'm finally able to just be like, okay, she's crying. It's okay. Like, my other friends with other babies, I'll be like, oh my god, she's crying. Like, what are you going to do about your baby? He's crying, she's crying. But now that I'm a mother, you learned so much. And I was wrong about everything with motherhood. Or what I thought I knew with the classes and everything that I read on Baby Center and Kelly Mom and all those other websites. They prepare you, but it's all trial and error, and every baby is different. I'm sure our next baby or two will be very different than Rose. Okay, so anyway, getting back to it. Rose threw up in my mouth the other week, and it was quite lovely, I must say. It sounds gross, but when it's your own baby, you're just like, okay, it's my own breast milk. Let me just fucking gag for a second, but okay, so getting back to burping. When you feed your baby on the left boob, the right boob, she's on like 11 minutes, like 12 and a half minutes. And she had to burped her, and I'm like, all right, well, Trevor's at PT, so take you out of your crib, feed you in our bed, and then you can sleep in. I put her in Trevor's spot, and we sleep in for like another hour or two until like 8 or 8:30, and so excuse me, like a half hour goes by. I'm like, all right, I love you. Take a nap. Go to kiss her on her nose. She wasn't done burping. You think your baby's done burping after like 5 or 10 minutes? No. 48.2 minutes went by. Rose was not done burping. And so now I just make sure I keep her up until she actually is ready to go to sleep, and I rub her little belly. So it's crazy. You learn a lot about your baby through her different cries and the different things they're trying to tell you and communicate to you. It's actually pretty amazing. I was pretty keen on whooping cough. I posted something on Instagram earlier today of a very sad, I forget the hell what channel it is, very sad documentary of babies who have passed away of pertussis. If you are a parent who doesn't vaccinate your kids because you're worried about autism and all other myth bullshit, you are an idiot with capital I. Okay? When we were home, Rose was just under two months, And I was crazy with the doctors here at the Army Hospital. I'm like, no, my daughter needs to get her shots before we go back home for the holidays. Because it's not worth it. And I got crazy with people. I don't give a shit. I had a sign on my door that said, if you're sick, don't come in. It's crazy. So definitely vaccinate your kids. I was definitely very keen on that. Another thing that we came about, which was really funny, was the different phases of poop are amazing. I actually didn't learn them in the birthing classes. I learned them in my breastfeeding classes. So there's mecromium, which is like that black tar that they have when they first come out. And then there's like the mustardy seed color. I think now Rose's poop is up to like the diarrhea-y, like golden mustard. Golden's, is that the brand? Like the Golden's mustard. And literally, if your nose is clogged, just smell Rose's diaper when she has a fresh shit, and it's better than a neti pot. Clear you right up. She goes through like 13 diapers a day sometimes. We were about to leave to go out the other day. Had her in her onesie, had her in her cute little tutu, had her all wrapped up in her car seat, ready to go. She turns bright red. She has this little like Harry Potter vein right here, and she goes, turns beet red, blew up her diaper, oozed out of her tutu, oozed out of her onesie, into her car seat. So, yeah, that was fun, which is pretty awesome. And it's crazy because whatever I eat, it goes directly to her. Like, her toots smell like mine. It's crazy. Yeah, so, like mother, like daughter. So, another thing my husband is actually really funny with, he talks about us being slaves because it's like a new parent. You're like, oh my God, we're totally fucking up. Like, we don't know what the hell we're doing. But it's just an adventure. You're learning a lot about yourself. Your baby's learning about you. And you're learning a lot about them. And you learn a lot about your husband. And my husband's absolutely phenomenal with Rose. They're freaking adorable. She's like his little twin. I'm just a surrogate. Like, we have like voices for our dogs. I don't know, for some reason we make them have like a speech impediment. For Rose, she has like this like cute little bird voice. I don't really know what it is yet, but it's adorable. So we talk for her. So when the pacifier falls out, she'll be like, get my pacifier, slave. Or, you know, if she pees a little bit. Diapers have come a long way since I was a baby, because Pampers now, I think Huggies does it too, but we only buy Pampers. Pampers has like this like little line, and I think it's yellow, and then when it's saturated, it turns blue, which is pretty cool. So even if it's just a little blue, she's like, change my diaper, slave. She hates being wet. She's just so funny. Trevor and I were saying the other day, like, we don't even know what her life was like before we had Rose. And we don't want to remember what it was like before we had her, because it's just amazing. Like, what the hell did we do before we had a baby? It's awesome. Another thing with breastfeeding was I was panicking, and I was really upset a few weeks ago because she's going through a crazy growth spurt, and I'm like, I don't want to put her on rice cereal. She's too early, and I don't want to put her on formula. I want her to just be exclusively just breast milk. So, my lactation specialist said just, you know, always put her to the boob. Lately, she's been put to the boob like every, I think, like 44 minutes or 42 minutes. Yes, I've timed it. And sometimes you'll just, you know, you'll maneuver and squeeze your boobs in different places that you didn't even know your boob and areola could be squeezed, okay? Isn't enough, so now I'm trying to drink 80 ounces of water a day, oatmeal, and fenugreek. And it has helped me tremendously. I'll wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, even if the baby's not awake. Rocks, like double D rocks. Trevor's like, holy shit, you didn't have those 14 years ago, and I need to pump. And I'll pump like 7-8 ounces in one freaking sitting between both boobs. So fenugreek, I swear by. It's actually, I looked it up, it's an all-natural plant or seed that's Japanese, that was made to soothe your stomach. So fenugreek, F-E-N-U-G-R-E-K. I have it, I got it from Amazon. We need to stop doing our Amazon orders too. Like, it's getting a little ridiculous. But anyway, we definitely didn't know everything that we thought we knew about parenting. But it's just awesome. And all my friends that have like 2 kids are just like laughing at us like, huh, amateurs. Because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. Another thing, I'm trying to clean up my mouth. Here's a disclaimer. My parents are very nice, classy, normal people. My mom's like, why do you curse like that? No, we didn't raise you to be like that. My parents barely curse, okay? So I don't know where my trash truck mouth came from, but Trevor and I need to get a curse cup because we're trying to replace the F word. So we're going to be using the word funk instead of fuck. You get the F, you get the U, you get the K, you replace the C with an N, and you're good. So you'll be like, what in the funk is this? Also, being a new mom has really tested my patience. Trevor's very patient because he's patient with me. I would never be able to marry somebody as obnoxious as myself. Yeah, so opposites truly attract. But it definitely tests your patience because you want to almost lose your shit. Sometimes just feel like an awful parent. I couldn't get her to stop crying a few weeks ago, and I'm like, here, Trev, just take her. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing wrong. And I cried in the freaking corner. Felt bad for myself for like 3 minutes, and got up and just, got back to it. And it's a really hard but an excellent, rewarding job to be a mother. And the baby's sleeping, people are like, oh, when the baby sleeps, you're supposed to sleep. No, because if that was true, nothing would be done in my house. And I need to clean. Like, it keeps me sane. Like, when I run the vacuum, it's like, oh, like, it's white noise to me. So that's basically how motherhood is going as of now with an almost 4-month-old. It's awesome, and we love it, and we can't wait to see how she grows into the little person that she is.